Good evening, race fans, and welcome to the Hardee's National Series round here at Richmond Motor Speedway. We are here for the green flag. Jake West leads them down here for the green with Athenian Motorsports teammate PJ Williams in the second spot. And already a great start for the Athenian Motorsports team. Jake West leads lap number 1 here at Richmond Motor Speedway. Talk about a great effort here. James Richardson running in second. And this could get quite interesting with the amount of being in vain. At Richmond Motor Speedway, short track racing tempers can overflow. Cole Deaver finds trouble at a turn 4 after getting a tap from Zach Flickinger, saying the 29 for a spin. Zayden Davidson gets a piece of it, but no caution comes out as a result as they keep on racing. Not much damage done to Cole Deaver, but they're able to keep on going. On lap 7, John Arndt finds trouble when it gets turned by Casey Lesser, sending both cars into the outside wall, bringing out the caution. And across the line, Kyle Bisceglia spins the car around right into Robert Harrison and Kermicah Jasmine, taking both cars behind the wall. Talk about a tough break and a rough start for several of the underfunded teams and those that are running mid-pack. As Con comes out, looks at Kyle Bisceglia with heavy damage to the rear end of his Volker Chevrolet, and that already is going to put them behind. They're going to be in shit here, so it's going to be quite interesting for them to watch. On the restart, Jake West led over James Richardson as they went 3 wide near the middle of the field here for a top 10 spot. Garrett Sidner, the points leader, coming in 25 points over Luis Hernandez, trying to make an aggressive move, trying to gain and extend his points lead over the number 12 car as he's doing the best he can. And Dylan Schwallenberg nearly got turned by Mason Gordon there. Good save from the number 14 machine there, but Bradley Bishop Jr. running in the 5th spot. Good run for the Curtis Racing team. They are trying to get themselves back on track. However, on lap number 17, James Richardson goes for the lead in turns number 1 and 2. You see the number 39 sitting in 3rd as James Richardson and Jake West both go side by side into turns number 3 and soon to be 4 here. And James Richardson, currently your new leader, Elite Chain. Here for the first time tonight, James Richardson up to the point. On lap number 23, David Culpepper gets turned off the bumper of Casey Lester, 70-78 in the wall. Casey Lester definitely not keeping a clean bumper today, and David Culpepper ends up getting rear end damage because of it. And that brings out the second caution here today. On the restart, Charlie Smith goes for the race lead on the inside line. Garrett Sidner sitting in 3rd, trying to follow on tow as Charlie Smith takes over the race lead. The Athenian Motorsports driver trying to find some good luck in his career. He's had a whole lot of struggles behind that, and he's trying to get back on the right track here. Maybe a win at Richmond could help him. His confidence level here. Charlie Smith definitely one to look out on the radar here today. As they see Eric DeMax making his way back up into the field. He didn't qualify too well, and he's done such a good job as both the base cars are running inside the top 5. And hopefully we can see those cars contend for the win here today. However, a caution comes out on lap number 31 when Cole Deaver gets turned by Coley Lamas, and Kyle Bisceglia plows into the side of Corey Williams there in a heavy impact to the side doors of the 19 Puma machine, and Corey Williams trying to make that season turn around, continuing to find bad luck in the CBM, and Corey Williams' bad season continues. Charlie Smith continues to lead on the restart though. Mason Gordon sitting in 2nd, points leader Garrett Sidner in 3rd. The top 3 remaining unchanged. Sidner slides up the track, and here comes Eric DeMax coming down to the bottom of the racetrack. He's looking for a top 5 run. He's actually in 5th, but he's trying to get up further, trying to impress the SCS community here, and he could certainly be one of the contenders we could see in the future. Certainly a rising star on the occasion, as the leader of the top 2 really just pull away from the top 3, but Eric DeMax looking strong in that 5 car. So far, so good for this 5 team. On lap number 42, something breaks on Colby Jackson's machine, sending the number 9 for a spin. And it looked like something might have been a bit of an oil leak. There you see Cole Deaver spinning around. Corey Williams doing the same thing. And here are the leaders. Here they come off of 4. And it looks like they're going to hold themselves together. And PJ Williams spins the car around. And that sends more cars. And there's Hayden Klein, nowhere to go. And Nick Salmon also spinning back there with Carter McDowell. Lots of drivers spinning around trying to avoid all the carnage. John Hart in another accident there as well. Tough break for the 88 team. They have not had a good season as well. As Charlie Smith did slow down in time. Luckily for the leaders, this was a close call for them, but they need to be aware in case of these issues ever happening again. On the restart, Charlie Smith continued to lead over the Mason Enterprise teammates of Mason Gordon and Eric DeMax. With lap car, Colby Jackson away. Dylan Schwalbrink has made his way up to the top 5 at last. He's currently running in the 4th spot as he passes James Richardson. You see Bobby Jones. Caleb Hopkins is rather quiet today. He's trying to make his way up into the top 5. Very good on short tracks here. So Caleb Hopkins could be quite a guy to look out for as well. Maybe even the dark horse to win this race. As Dylan Schwalbrink finally takes the 3rd place spot away from Mason Gordon. That 14 car certainly flying on the racetrack. It looks like Curtis Racing has found their speed yet again here at the track. And a battle for the race lead here. Here comes Eric DeMax down at the bottom of the track here, the most dominant line at Richmond, passing Charlie Smith, and he's gonna get it. New leader, Eric DeMax, the rookie, trying to prove that he is not just that guy that really is just spoiled, as Charlie Smith reeling him in back again. Both those cars looking about even together as James Richardson trying to hold off Dylan Schwalbrink for 3rd. As Schwalbrink definitely knows he feels like he's got a faster car. The Chevys really dominating the show here so far at Richmond. And these Fords, they could be running up there if they can get up there near the end of this one. Chris Hernandez, 2nd of the points, trying to gain some spots here on Garrett Sidner. Sidner not too far behind the number 12 machine. As here comes Charlie Smith down the bottom again, the crossover move here, and he's gonna get the lead back. Nick, and it looks like he's sitting in the tower there, certainly watching this race here. He is very happy to see how the man is performing as well as Mason Gordon. We could see a potential future between those two drivers and the SES again. Mason Gordon, one of the few that hasn't really had the best of luck in terms of success. And Eric DeMax, we know that Eugene DeMax will be retiring after 2017, and this will be quite a hunt to see if we can see Eric DeMax maybe in that 24 one day. Yet again, Eric DeMax has reeled in Charlie Smith for the lead on lap number 58. He has closed in. They are side by side down the back straightaway and into 3. He dive bombs the corner, watches up the track just a tad there, and he takes it back. But then you see the Zest car of James Richardson making his way up for Turner Fenway. He's doing a good job. James Richardson trying to get on the march in the point standings here. He runs 11th, not too far behind. He knows he could gain some ground today with all the bad luck he's had. James Richardson looking forward to really recovering in the latter part of the season. And here comes Charlie Smith yet again, down the inside, looks underneath DeMax. DeMax gives room, but they are yet again side by side. These two have been battling it out for the lead. They've been bumper to bumper all over the racetrack here throughout the last couple of laps, and Smith takes the lead back yet again. It's been cars number 5 and 3 that have dominated this race so far as they try to get around lap car Corey Williams. And the way you see how heavily damaged the Fuma machine is on that car. And then you see James Richardson quietly running in the 3rd spot. Caleb Hoffman now going for 4th underneath Dylan Schwallenberg for position here with Jake West not too far behind. Now on tow there with Mason Gordon-Jones, Hernandez, Garrett Sidner, and Julius Anderson running quietly, just looking outside the top 10, maybe trying to get that top 10 position for Track 1 race in the 3015. They are performing pretty well in front of pressure. As then you see Mason Gordon getting challenged there, or challenging Jake West, excuse me, and he's looking for a position underneath the 21. And it doesn't look like it's going to work here. West defends, but here comes Gordon down the bottom, loses the 21 up just a bit. And down the inside, Mason Gordon goes. This is the battle for 5th. And it looks Dylan Schlomberg still really in the picture there as Mason Gordon takes the 5th spot away from Jake West. Good racing here in Richmond. And again, the battle has heated up between the 5 and the 3. Smith loses the spot, and Max back to the lead. Again, it's just been these two drivers that have just been battling it out ever since then. And there you see the Fenway cars of both James Richardson and Caleb Hoffman have reeled in the 2 Chevrolets there, and both are trying to be in the catbird seat. Caleb Hoffman going to the inside of his teammate there, and Hoffman takes the spot away without much of a hassle from Richardson. Richardson still holding strong in the outside lane, but they're not really fighting too hard, hopefully. As there you see Hoffman, he's going to take it away from Richardson there. Good green flag run comes to an end. Zach Flickinger gets into the back of Cody Lamas, sending the 2 forward for a spin. Casey Lester spins around, trying to avoid it, and it looks like there's more oil on the racetrack. And here comes Eric DeMax. He spins the car around. The leader spins the car around, and teammate Mason Gordon hits the 5 as he goes upside down. And a heartbreak there. Scott McKeon getting hit by the 51 there, and he's still getting clobbered. And Eric DeMax's race goes to an end here as several drivers are piled up there. Bradley Bishop, Jr., David Culpepper, Chris Dodd, Nick Salmon, and there you see they're still piling into each other. The track is blocked, and definitely there's going to have to be an oil cleanup there. Daniel Conlon with lots of front end damage. Matt Delaney, a lot of drivers that were running solid in the race are going to be out of it just because of an accident, just like that. Looking at Eric DeMax, he just spins the car around in the oil, can't really control much there. And Mason Gordon has no place to go, flips the bottom car over, and then he's going to get hit here in just a moment here. There's the 15-weight Brummer, and John Butler, they're all just stacked up on the high side there. Lydia Rogers, there's Luis Hernandez, actually stopped on the racetrack there. He did a good job holding the brakes there. And they are just using ARCA brakes all over the racetrack. Back on the restart here, Charlie Smith leads over Caleb Hoffman, James Richardson, and Dylan Schlomberg, as well as Bobby Jones in the top 5, and the Martin Motorsports car rather quiet in the field here. Bobby Jones looking forward to just getting a solid effort here in the 6 machine, but really, and also you notice some other cars running up there. Julius Anderson, there is Garrett Sidner, and Luis Hernandez going to the bottom there with Josh Crash, and John Arndt running in the top 10 with no rear end to that number 88 machine. John Arndt is showing an impressive job here. He can certainly perform and really just adapt to these cars, even with the lack of downforce they can get in these race cars there. As there you see contact in the back, both the number 81 and the 33, Johnny Gardner, and I believe Milton Campbell both spin around, and that does not bring out a caution somehow, but really the lead stands as Charlie Smith. And one of the more bizarre events here today, David Culpepper finds the pit road barrier there, and he slams into it, ending a green flag run for Charlie Smith, who was also trying to get on lap traffic. And I thought I saw some smoke there, but as there you see, Caleb Hoffman was reeling in that number 3 machine, but Charlie Smith, his lead comes to an end over the rest of the gap, or the rest of the field here, as he's going to have to slow down for the car flag after what was probably a burning flag from David Culpepper's machine and himself. Talk about a tough break for him, but yeah, it's really going to be quite a race here for Charlie Smith himself. On the restart with less than 30 to go, Charlie Smith just continuing to lead. He's dominated this race so far ever since the demise of Eric DeMax there in that race. Dylan Schlomberg hounding Caleb Hoffman for the 2nd spot. He's hungry for a win as the rest of the field is getting held up by lap traffic here. Richardson, Jones, Hernandez, there's Zach Flickinger down at the bottom there in the lap car, as several other competitors are just struggling to get around the lap traffic as the lead top 3 check out away from the rest of the field. On lap 115, Josh Crash loses control of his car after getting tapped from Emma White. He saves the car. John Arndt swears trying to avoid it, and Emma White gets slammed by Wade Brummer there, and that ends the 15th car's race there. Emma White's race is most likely done because of that as well, but John Arndt's able to keep on going without a race there. John Arndt definitely holding on. He's doing a baller job, and he actually holds on to stay on the lead lap there. Talk about a good break for John Arndt. Charlie Smith continuing to lead the race here with almost 10 laps to go. Dylan Schlomberg holding on to second over Caleb Hoffman. As Caleb Hoffman just trying to give a bump. He gives a bit of a bump to Dylan Schlomberg, and looking down the inside doesn't quite work. Backs off. As then Colby Jackson now holding up the number 14 there. As here comes Hoffman down the inside. He passes, and he uses the 9 as a pick. Schlomberg goes up the hill, and he's going to lose second there, and maybe even third if Bobby Jones can get around that number 9 as well. Hoffman giving Jackson a bit of a bump there out of patience, knowing that he's got the faster car, and he can get around there, maybe even contend for that win. But Dylan Schlomberg going to hold on to third, and he's going to be giving the number 9 a little finger there. Certainly not happy with Colby Jackson and his courtesy to lap drivers. However, another caution will fly when Corey Lloyd dive bombs turn 3, and that puts Milton Campbell and Nick Salmon into the outside wall, and that brings out the caution, and certainly not what Charlie Smith needed. That bunches up the field together with Caleb Hoffman and Dylan Schlomberg, second and third, and Bobby Jones as well to get back into the mix here, and maybe even go for that win. And it is going to be leading to one final shootout here on this restart. Charlie Smith leading over Caleb Hoffman and Dylan Schlomberg. We're going to go from flight-to-flight coverage on this last restart. And look at Caleb Hoffman on the bumper of the 3 here, trying to make a move. Can Caleb Hoffman pull the upset and win? Schlomberg sitting in third, using a bit of the middle groove there. Bobby Jones in fourth. As you see the rest of the field trying to get themselves together here. Garrett Sidner running in fifth. Luis Hernandez is right there though, trying to give a bit of a bump here to the number 20. But it doesn't look like Caleb Hoffman. He's losing some ground on Charlie Smith. That 3 car might be too strong for him. Caleb Hoffman just trying to show that his ride in the 38 wasn't anything, but he's actually outperforming today. Doing an impressive job. Dylan Schlomberg making his rookie debut this season. He is running in third. Bobby Jones in fourth. Several drivers that are familiar to the scenes are running inside that top 5. Garrett Sidner and the points leader coming in, doing another excellent job. He's going to help hopefully extend those points on him. With 2 laps to go, though, here comes Charlie Smith. He's just taking it nice and easy. He's got a solid gap. Dylan Schlomberg sitting in third. He's got to get around Caleb Hoffman. Bobby Jones, he can't really do much. He's sitting in the 4th spot. Good run for him. As Julius Anderson now going to the inside. Luis Hernandez there for position. Garrett Sidner up the track. He had actually got held up by the 9 car coming down pit lane. White flag is out. 1 more lap to go. Charlie Smith continuing to lead the field down for the Tide Machine. For Charlie Smith, he's been struggling throughout most of his career, and he's been trying for Athenian Motorsports for a while, but coming up for turn 4, he is a race winner here. He wins at Richmond Motor Speedway. We have to remember, I believe he actually won in the finale down in last year, but even so, Charlie Smith finally finding some success here today, dominated the race too, so proving that his win wasn't pure luck, but pure dominance today here at Richmond Motor Speedway. Caleb Hoffman gets a 2nd place position. Dylan Schlomberg with a 3rd place spot here today. That's another 3rd for this 14 team. They've been struggling throughout the past couple of races. This one will certainly help them. Bobby Jones gets a 4th. Anderson 5th. There you see Hernandez gets a top 10 position there with a 6th. He's probably going to gain some points on Garrett Sidner there. You see finishing 8th there. James Richardson quietly in 7th. John Arndt made his way back to a recovery run in 8th, and teammate Chris Dodd to the 88 runs in the 10th place position here. CM Racing doing good here today, and then you see their other teammate Johnny Gardner finishing in 13th. Talk about quite an eventful race here. 8 cautions on the track, but Charlie Smith ends up the victory here. Car number 3 in victory lane. This is quite something though, because we've seen 3 cars recently win in real life, so conspiracy theory, I think not. But congratulations to Charlie Smith on winning here. As you take a look at the rest of the race results here, and you'll get to see a burnout of Charlie Smith.